Welcome back to another episode of Tavern Talks with Roxx. Today we're here celebrating Lost Ark's 2nd anniversary. It's been a really big year for the game. I'm really excited to celebrate with all of you here in, my favorite tavern. And we kind of have a lot in store. I also have this cake to celebrate that I'm really excited about. And, last episode you guys all met Tom. He was pretty nervous, I think you all noticed when he was here. So I'm gonna have him come back. We're just gonna hang out. I'm really proud of him for overcoming his stage fright, and I'm gonna share this delicious cake with him. So a lot to look forward to, and let's get into it. Valtan Extreme is out this month, and while you get ready to jump into the most challenging version of the raid yet, let's take a minute to prepare by reflecting on just who this intimidating beast Valtan is, and how you come to face him again in his Legion raid, even after witnessing his demise. First things first, Valtan is the commander of the Demon Beast Legion under Kazaros. This bullish and brazen creature is known for terrorizing his enemies through his unbridled force and strength, and was responsible for slaughtering unfathomable numbers of knights during the Chain War. As you may recall, when Valtan was severely wounded during our hero's fight in Nuterra, he was almost immediately betrayed by Carmine and his selfish thirst for power.
And now, the moment I've been waiting for.
Carmine absorbed Valtan's body, hoping to take the Legion commander's power for himself. In the wake of this absorption, Valtan's soul was left behind and torn to pieces. These tattered remains of Valtan's soul wandered endlessly through the abyss for a long time to follow, but Valtan wasn't completely forgotten. When Akan, the Plague Legion commander, was preparing to invade Arcasia, he used his powers to resurrect Valtan, mending his soul and placing it into a new sort of patchworked body. While this new body helped anchor Valtan's restless soul, and Akan and Valtan developed a sort of bond with one another, it did not truly soothe his tortured spirit. Today, Valtan is full of an unrelenting anguish as he can't escape the pain of his pieced-together corporeal form or the memories of being torn to pieces. That's kind of on you, adventurers. Sometimes they say the only way out is through, and Valtan has vowed to keep fighting until he has caused destruction and pain akin to what he has been left feeling in his own agonizing existence. Personally, I think talk therapy is probably a better option, but at least our heroes of Arcasia are now presented with a new opportunity to keep taking him down for more and more gear. We'll see you after this commercial break.
The only thing harder than battling hordes of Lord Kazaros' demon spawn is finding love. Don't worry, there's someone out there for everyone. But dating in Arcasia doesn't come easy, or cheap. It'll take a lot of effort to prove your love and affection. Everybody wants something, and sometimes that something is a pile of old bones. You can shiver Blackfang's timbers with the liquor of arrogance. Show Sasha how stylish you are with a crystal necklace. Or bark up Yom the Squirrel's tree with a nice piece of Turok fruit. But impressing them is easy compared to Nineveh and Nia. To win them over, you'll have to embark on a series of epic quests, crisscrossing Arcasia, each more difficult than the last. You'll scale the highest heights and leave no stone unturned. It's also going to be really, really, really expensive. Seriously, it's gonna cost you a lot. You've already got plenty of enemies, so isn't it time to find someone to love?
Welcome back from our commercial break. I'm here now with none other than the other guy that has a show on this channel. This is Hardcore Henry. He's also Softcore Henry and Shield Husbandos.
Yeah.
Husbando Shields?
Husbando Shields. There's a bunch, yeah.
He's many things. But yeah, I thought he would be a great person to have on the show this episode to interview, get to know a little better, considering he is probably the craziest Lost Ark player I know. I had to pull him away from the keyboard fingertip by fingertip by fingertip. It's like 10 fingers. I had to try really hard to get him here. But he's here now. So anyway, now that you're here, before you start sweating from Lost Ark withdrawals, let's get into the interview. What's your role and title, and what does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the head of editorial at Amazon Games. It's always tricky to try and explain it to people that aren't on our team. But essentially what I do is I manage a team of writers that works across all of Amazon games, working on news, communications, and general marketing content and community content for the players. So I don't just work on Lost Ark, but I do, write a lot of the content for Lost Ark and work on it a fair portion of my day.
Awesome. Yeah, you're definitely all over the place. Also, Henry of Patch Notes with Henry. This is the real Henry, in case anyone was wondering. No fake Henrys here. Do you have a favorite project that you've worked on so far with Lost Ark?
Oh, that's tough. I think we've done a lot of, fun articles. Some of the ones we've partnered with creators on, sharing like their tips and tricks and expert advice with the community is a lot of fun to do. But I think recently just doing patch notes with Henry has been kind of a fun new experience in addition to the written component. It was based on player feedback, and we've been trying to implement player feedback into that video series. So it's been a lot of fun working on that. Yeah,
it's been good. I've liked having like a patch notes video version too. I feel like a lot more people are kind of getting the information and seeing more sides to it. And it's just nice to have something that you can either, you don't have time to go read it, you can play it in the background. You can go watch it if you don't like reading. You can watch it if you don't know how to read. We got something for everyone. Sweet. So we'll let you talk about Lost Ark, the game, a little bit now. What classes do you play and what are you currently maining? I think you just main swapped, actually.
I did main swap. For actively playing, like in my main 6, or like how many do I have on my roster? What are you looking for here? Because there's I could go on all day
like
for
main 6.
All right, my main 6 right now. I'm maining Glavier because I cut a 9/7 stone on it, and also it has a plus 25 weapon. So we got the
plus 25 Siberia weapon.
No. Everyone thinks I have a dev account because I've dropped a few Sidereals, but I don't. I'd definitely rock one on my Soul Eater if I could. But yeah, so I mained Glavier. That was swapped to, before that mained Slayer, which is still in the main 6. Before that, I mained Deathblade since the game started. That's also still in the main 6. And then the remaining 3 up there are my Artist, my Sharpshooter, and now my Soul Eater.
See, that didn't even include your Husbando Shield Paladin.
No.
So yeah, he's got pages upon pages of characters. What is your roster level then? Your overall roster level?
I'm just shy of 250, and I know that because my friends always say that they're gonna gatekeep me because I'm not roster level 250. But I think I'm like 240 something, maybe 242 or something around there.
You got some work to do.
I know.
I'm sorry I've pulled you away.
Yeah.
What about your stronghold level then?
I'm max.
Okay?
Yeah, it's been max for a while.
Doing okay? Mokoko seed count?
I'm very reward motivated in Lost Ark, so I got the reward at like 1250 Mokokos for the Mokoko emote. Yeah. So I'm somewhere above that. I think like 1280, but not quite 1300 yet.
That's fair. Okay. All these things are pretty high. What part of your account has maybe like the least amount of progress on it? Like what are you totally neglecting?
Neglecting?
Admit it.
Okay.
there's got to be something.
The one thing that I haven't tried yet is a music box of memories. That is the only collectible that's just sitting there at like a big 0. I want to do it at some point, but haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of not new anymore, but a newer edition than a lot of the things that were there when the game launched or previously. So I'll give you that one, but the 0 is kind of vindicating.
I know. I gotta get there.
Cool. So in terms of all the time you've spent in the game, I want to hear about what some of your favorites are. Who is your favorite Legion commander?
Am I allowed to say Echidna yet? I know she was replaced by Vicus, and she's on the horizon. We'll get there soon, but she's already my favorite.
Well, who would be your favorite active Legion commander?
My favorite current one?
In the...
Oh, that's tough. Like the raid or the character itself?
Yes.
Okay, I think my favorite Legion raid right now is probably a Khan. I think it has like some really fun, just like periods of time where you have good uptime against the boss and some cool mechanics. But I think my favorite one, like stylistically, would have to be either Brel or Thamine. They were just both so badass.
That's
like,
fair.
I don't know.
That's like half
They're
of
both
them.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited for Echidna or Layden to come to our version of the game. I think a lot of our players are too.
Yeah.
Okay, aside from Legion commanders and enjoying the raids themselves, who's your favorite NPC? Just rapport NPC in general, whatever. I know you're reward motivated, so.
My favorite NPC in Lost Ark. There's got to be.
It's gonna be something hyper specific.
Hyper specific. My favorite NPC in Lost Ark is probably Berber.
I guess. I mean, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
He's just a cool, chill guy. He's also like the, I was
waiting for you to be like Nineveh.
Well, I was going to say Nineveh, but I wanted to go. You said something hyper specific. My favorite NPC in Lost Ark, probably Nineveh. I would also say.
He doesn't want to be basic.
Who else is cool?
Berber.
There's some cool ones.
What do you define as cool? What makes an NPC cool?
Ooh.
And they're just like characters, so I'm like, judge these people, Henry.
Yeah.
Judge them right now.
I mean, their outfits, if they're in any cool in-game cutscenes. I don't know. I'd probably say my favorite in terms of like how badass they are is probably Kadan.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's super OP though,
edgy, but
little super OP, but has some really cool cutscenes. His sword is sweet. I don't know.
Those are all good answers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell everyone you said Berber though. And then finally,
I choked under pressure. I'm sorry.
I don't even know if that was a choke. Like I don't think anyone's ever choked and given Berber as an answer.
We're just, we're in the San Diego studio. I feel like Berber's the most like San Diego Lost Ark NPC. Like he's just chilling
valid.
with the ukulele, just hanging out.
Well, okay, so then
drinking on the beach.
We'll see if this match.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
we're drinking right here.
Cool.
Anyway, you enjoy the beach so much. Prove it. What's your favorite continent?
My favorite continent? Probably Algacia. I think one of the reasons it's my favorite though is actually the music. Like I love the music in Algacia. I think it's super cool.
It is really pretty. I do camp a couple of my characters there now.
That being said, like I am enjoying hanging out with my characters in Voldis because Voldis is like dark mode and Algacia is like light mode, Yeah. So it's like my eyes are happy that I'm like progressed to Voldis, but I really enjoyed my time in Algacia while I was there.
That's extremely valid, especially when you're playing all night in a very dark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just load in and get flashbanged immediately. But
fair enough. Gotta preserve yourself to go through all 18. How many characters do you have? I didn't actually ask.
I have 13 or 14. I play 10 of them actively.
Okay. Now I want to know if it's 13 or 14. If it is 14, like who the forgotten child is.
It's my Bard.
Oh, okay.
She's item level 1310, Bard Paisley. I got her to tier 3, but I was also doing the Paladin at the same time, and the Paladin made it further, and now both of them have been replaced by the artist, so.
Fair enough.
But Pally's still up there. He's like 1605. Still playing some endgame raids on him.
R.I.P. Bard Paisley.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for joining me and kind of answering all my questions. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the community? Ask me while you're here hanging out?
Yeah, I'd love to beg the community for a Thamine the First carry. I will participate and do my best. I play a lot of Lost Ark, but man, do I want one of those first clear titles. So if you're looking for a Glavier, hit me up. Oh my gosh. I'm in. Excellent use of platform. What character would you play? Would you the Glavier? Oh, okay, so I'm already, this is, right before the February update, and I'm 1633. So I'm hoping to hit at least 1645.
Just like timestamp it. You've got time.
Yep. We're gonna get there.
Vouch. You've carried me through a lot of content. You helped me learn a lot of raids, and he was very patient and good at that. So it's your time to shine. I believe in you. And you wanted a question, Roxx. Which was your favorite Henry bust that you took? Like which raid? Okay, they weren't all buses. Well, I had to learn. It's debatable. I did enjoy learning. Which was your favorite learning experience?
It was a bus.
I did good. I was not the problem in a lot of those raids.
That's fair. You do really well at the mechanics, I will say.
Yeah.
Like you're really good at like your positioning.
I was
and
playing
like
a
picking,
reflex sword.
I know.
Leave me alone.
You're really good at the positioning because you can just teleport there. But
well, I wanted to be fast when I
Yeah.
was learning, so that I could learn the mechanics and then also have that like. I knew
fair.
you and your guildmates were like good enough to like, you know, do the damage. So when I wanted to learn, I was like, I'm gonna play a reflex orc so I can like learn the mechanics and also have that little bit of like benefit to like get out of the way.
Yeah. You did good at that. Now reflex orc does some damage though, so next time you gotta make it on the MVP screen.
But I think I really enjoyed learning Vicus a lot. That one was really fun. Just I don't remember what it was, but I remember being online with a bunch of your friends, and it was just we were having a really good time. Like Brawl was fun too, but like something about Vicus was just like there was like the goofiest call-outs happening, and y'all were just saying some absurd shit, and I was like,
yeah, that sounds about right.
okay, like, and it was like, and I think too at that point, like y'all were like easy, you know, Vicus was like super easy mode for you, so you guys were just like having a good time as I was like learning it, and it just, I don't know, it was a really fun experience. Thanks for joining me in the tavern, sharing some good memories, good thoughts about Lost Ark. Yeah, and the community will be seeing you very soon on your own show. Now I gotta crash your show.
Yeah.
I don't really want to.
You can come on anytime. It'll be fun.
I don't know. Read patch notes. I don't know how to read, so.
That's true.
Might be a little hard.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway, that's all I had. You can leave. You can go back to Lost Ark.
Bye, everybody.
Find the Mokoko! 3, 2, 1! 3, 2, 1! 3, 2, 1!
One of the things we recently did that was super cool was a 2nd anniversary loading screen contest. We had a ton of amazing art submissions, and it was really, really hard to pick winners. You can see those winners in game now, but we also wanted to take a moment to share a few honorable mentions of other art pieces that we absolutely loved. Let's take a look at them now. It is almost the end of our show, but before that happens, Tom, come join me again. I have a sweet treat for you. You can come out here. Yeah, thank you for joining me again. I know you had a really hard time last time on the show. I know you were really nervous doing your interview. You're really sweaty, but like, you're a really good friend, and I'm proud of you for getting over your stage fright.
Thank you. Is that a chocolate dobosh cake?
I mean, I don't know what a dobosh is, but I thought we could share it in like celebration of your stage fright.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I'm down.
Well, perfect. You're a good friend.
Huh?
I can't. Where did you go?
There's a cherry in my eye.
All right, Arcasians, that happened. Before you head out, though, I have another community question for you. How are you celebrating Lost Ark's 2nd anniversary? Hopefully not like this. See you in Arcasia, or not if you're Tom. I feel like I'm gonna make it weird. Like there's no way not to be weird. Because I don't know how math works. Cool.
Do you mean for
Oh, no.
both ends of your shirt?
No, I was just wearing a hoodie.
Like a greaser.
Hey, heroes.
Yeah.
Well, there's food in my tooth that just came out.
What are the,
Apparently I was saving it for later. Better now than eat it off the floor. It's what I deserve.
The hero.
Thanks for being here, Henry, when we're at our lowest.
Yeah, that's me. I mean, like, more often than not, like...
It'd be great if we could just share it.
Cool, is that dobosh?
So what?
Dobosh cake? I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation.
What the f does that mean?
It's-
For being willing.
It is 100% Dobosh.